Today on the Car Critic, we're going to be reviewing the 2020 Discovery Sport S. Let's get to it. Okay, first I want to give you guys a quick overview of the exterior. You can see the LED lights on the vehicle. This vehicle is painted in a Fuji white, which is a very nice white. As you walk around back here, it does have full LED taillights as well. And I'll move up a little bit closer, that way you can see the detail, and there's some really cool detail in these taillights. Now we're going to take a quick look under the hood here. Under here you have the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder Ingenium engine, 246 horsepower and 269 pound-feet of torque. You can see over here by the airbox there's a cool little air inlet tube which goes right up to the hood there, lets in the fresh air. Pretty cool feature. Otherwise pretty standard. You have your dipstick and your coolant tank to your left hand side. And that engine is mated to this 9-speed ZF transmission. It's a cool joystick style transmission, works very well. This vehicle does use premium gas. You could expect 21 miles per gallon average, 24 on the highway. And the engine is built in the UK, transmission in the USA. Now we're going to take a look at the cargo capacity of the vehicle. This vehicle actually does have more cargo space than a BMW X5, which is quite impressive. Down here you can see the child seat tether points. This vehicle also does have the optional third row of seat in. And if you look over here to the right hand side, you can see the switches, which will automatically lower the seats and give you quite a bit of cargo space. They do fold nearly flat. I'm going to show you guys how easily this third row comes up. You just pull in the tether right there, and you pop up the headrest, and that's pretty much it. And it's just as easy to put down, just do the same thing the opposite way. Now you can see here once it's all put up, it even has its own cup holder for the third row, which is pretty neat. Okay, so now we're going to check out the back seat of the vehicle. Definitely a lot more space than the third row, that's for sure. What's really cool is the USB ports. They're located right in the back here of the seat. Back here you do have a little storage area where you can put your stuff. Don't like the hard plastics back here on the back of the seat though. If you have kids, it's very easy to get dirty easily. Knee room is pretty good, and foot room is good as well. And over here you do have some climate options. You also do have an additional USB port, or 2 additional USB ports, and also a regular outlet as well. And back here you can notice the full panoramic roof, which looks quite nice. And looking down here to the other side, you do have a center armrest as well, with 2 cup holders, and a nice little cubby to store your stuff if you want as well. Now we're going to unlock the vehicle and give it a start up. As you can see, when the side mirror is open on both sides, you get a cool silhouette of the vehicle. And walk around back here, you see those nice tail lights again. I'm going to hop inside the driver's seat here. You can see this beautiful 12.3-inch digital display. And it does have capacitive buttons on the steering wheel, which are pretty cool. When I start up the vehicle, you'll see everything all illuminate, from the buttons on the steering wheel to the dash. It does have a nice animation when you start it up there. You can see the 12.3-inch infotainment screen as well. And with this 12.3-inch display here, there's a lot of options that you can do with it to make it your own. It would take me forever to go through every single option, so I'm just going to show you a couple ones. One of my favorites here is the 1-dial setup. I think it looks really neat, kind of sporty. You could also do a full map layout, which a lot of people prefer. And you could switch it to a couple different options as well. You got a media there, driver assistance mode. And if you want to make things look simple, you could always go back to the regular 2-dial setup, which I'll do here. And I'll put the map in the middle so you can see what that looks like. This will give you a nice clean setup. And you can do pretty much everything in between 1-dial, 2-dial, the map, off-road information, or whatever you prefer. Okay, this is your infotainment on this vehicle. It's a 12.3-inch In-Control Touch Pro. It's a much improved system. Very intuitive, very easy to use. As you can see, it's pretty responsive. On your main screen there, you do have the navigation, you have your media, and you have your phone. As I look down here, you can see the climate control knobs. Very easy to use. If you do want to adjust the heated seats, you just push it in and turn it to the right to heat the seats, or to the left if equipped to cool the seats. And one of the cool features on these Land Rovers is the front heated windshield, which actually has heater grids inside the windshield. So if you live in a cold climate like I do in New York, it gets rid of the snow very quickly. And down there you do have a wireless charger for your phone. If you swipe to the left here, if you do want to get crazy into details, you have cameras, you have a web browser, and a couple of other functions which are really neat. Over here you can see the capacitive buttons on the Discovery Sport. On the right hand side you do have your adaptive cruise control buttons, as well as the button for the heated steering wheel. When you do press a button, it does illuminate in a cool yellow color. What I also do love about this car is the heads-up display. I know a lot of vehicles have that nowadays, but on the Discovery Sport it's quite large and easy to see at night. Okay, over here you can see the seat style. It has a nice ribbed pattern. And these seats are 12-way power adjustable. So now I'm going to go on a little drive here at night, see how this thing handles, how it drives. I'm going to give a little gas here. This vehicle does accelerate pretty nicely. I'm going to say it's not the best sounding vehicle, but acceleration is quite good. The ride is nice and composed. Does handle pretty well. Does have a bit of body roll though, which I guess is to be expected in this class of car. The brakes do feel well modulated. Good amount of stopping power. I'm going to do a quick 0 to 60. Bit of turbo lag at the beginning. Shifts are kind of soft, especially in sport mode, but gets up to speed rather adequately. Okay, now I'm going to turn down this back road here. See how the vehicle handles, how it drives. I do love these LED headlights. They do illuminate the road quite well. I do like the adaptive lighting system. As far as the ride goes, it is definitely more on the comfort side. It does have a bit of body roll, not out of hand. It is still well composed. But if you're looking for something sporty, I would look elsewhere. Maybe something like a Jaguar E-Pace or an F-Pace, an Alfa Romeo Stelvia, Porsche Macan. Although none of those vehicles do offer a third row, so keep that in mind. If you're looking for something that's just off-road capable and has a bit of luxury to it, you could also look at maybe a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's also a little bit of a large vehicle, but that doesn't come with a third row either. So if you really need a third row and you're looking for something that's off-road capable and luxurious, I think this is probably your best bet. As you can see, the acceleration is decent. Torque does come on quite low, which is nice in acceleration situations. A little bit of turbo lag though. It seems to depend on what gear you're in, what RPM you're at. So in conclusion, I gotta say Discovery Sport is pretty impressive. If you're looking for a 3-row SUV that's relatively compact, that is luxurious and off-road capable, this is one of your only choices, and very, very good choice at that, I should say.
As far as if you're looking for something that's sporty oriented and you don't need a third row, then you have a lot of other options out there. Like I said, Jaguar E-Pace, Jaguar F-Pace, Porsche Macan, Stelvio. There's a bunch of different options out there. Or if you want something that's just a little bit larger with 2 rows, you have something like the Jeep Grand Cherokee. So a lot of options out there depending upon what you really need. Things I like about this vehicle is it's very luxurious, great steering wheel on the vehicle. It's very composed. It's a nice looking vehicle. And maintenance is very infrequent on these cars, once a year every 16,000 miles, so you won't be getting scheduled maintenance that often, which is quite nice. As far as things I dislike about this vehicle, I gotta say I'm not too happy about the seat backs being that hard plastic. I don't like that it doesn't have the shifter paddles, especially for something with a sport in the name, Discovery Sport. I don't like that the shifts are a little bit soft and the turbo lag is a little bit extreme at times. But other than that, great vehicle. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Please subscribe and hit that like button down below, and have a good night.